welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Green Ace NFL Draft Recap. Let's go, Ace.
All right, boys and girls, NFL Draft 2023, Big Ree. I am so pumped. Do you know why I'm so pumped, Big Ree? Do you know why I'm so pumped? Because this is officially the start of the new season, Big Ree.
NFL Draft.
This is the when you get the NFL Draft, that's the official start of the new season.
Which is great.
After the Super Bowl, and this is going to be the most lit, most fire, unbelievable season of all time for us in DGF history.
For sure.
Going on, year 7, full-fledged. We're taking it to another level this year, Big Ree. Last year was a huge year. This year is going to be fire. Cannot wait. There's going to be so much more video, so much more content. We're getting everything ready. Boys and girls are going to be cashing in, viewers. It's going to be unbelievable. And towards the end of this episode, we're going to throw out some suggestions, and we want the viewers to give us their input and feedback on some stuff for the new year. So it's going to be fire. We just came off a really good NFL draft. A lot to talk about. But before we get in to the draft, Big Ree, let's get into some BS talk. Let's start the show off with a BS segment. I know we just dropped an NBA video, and so we didn't have too much BS talk in that. So let's get in some BS talk. We went out over the weekend, Big Ree.
Yeah, for sure.
Had some Pakistani food at Bundu Khan in Orange County, a Bundu Khan restaurant. And that's like a Pakistani version of barbecue.
Yeah, I believe so.
I
wasn't too sure what to order. We just ordered like one.
We literally ordered one of everything,
basically.
The tikka! We got some tikka and some kebabs, all sorts of good stuff. We literally had a plate. How many of us was it?
5 of us.
It was only 5 of us. Yeah, that's right. We had Harry B was supposed to come out, but he couldn't make it.
Bruce didn't make it.
Yeah, Big Bruce didn't make it. But we had literally a table full of food. Yeah. Just went to town on the kebabs. There. That place
seemed
was
like all Pakistani people.
It was definitely a very cultural crowd, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
You felt like you were at home.
Yeah.
You definitely felt like you were it was a home restaurant for the people there. It was wild.
The naan was really good.
The naan was good. What was your favorite item, Big Ree?
I would say the beef item we have. I don't know. I can't pronounce.
That was just the steak, that juicy steak, that little tender, juicy steak. That was really good. I probably ate the most of that.
And the green sauce was really good too.
The green sauce, the chutney.
Yeah, that's what you call it. Yeah.
The chutney was good. The food was good, man.
Yeah.
The food was good. I'm going back for sure.
For sure, no doubt.
I'm going back for sure. Not gonna say who I'm gonna go back with, but I'm definitely going back.
Yeah.
So that place was good. I would go back. If I had to throw out Korean barbecue, that place, some Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough call.
Yeah.
But anybody that's in Los Angeles, Orange County area, Bundu Khan, B-U-N, is it B-U-N? D-O?
D-O-O.
D-O-O-K-H-A-M.
Yeah.
It's in what part of Orange County
was
it? Fullerton. Check that place out. They were open late too, so we got there
till 1 a.m.
I highly recommend that place. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, which is great.
Me and Big Ree know our food. I'm telling you, hit that place up. And then afterwards, we took about a 10-minute drive south to Anaheim, which now, from what I understand, is considered a Little Arabia.
You're missing it out, bro. We went to Fullerton first. We went to this new Yemeni's coffee place.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that. I line out the door, bro. You're missing the good juice here.
Okay, so we went to that new coffee house.
Yeah.
Camarilla Coffee House. Yemeni's coffee. Supposedly hyped like crazy.
Yeah,
it's rapidly growing. It's kind of like Pokey. Pokey grew and everyone started popping up. Then you had hot chicken started coming from the East Coast. This is starting to pop up more on the East Coast and the Midwest, and now it's coming to the West Coast. But It's a different kind of coffee house. So we wanted to hit that place up. Supposedly their desserts are fire.
Yeah.
And their coffee, but the line was literally out the door, probably like
around the corner.
Probably what, like an hour wait, we'd say?
I'd say 30, an hour to get your coffee and everything.
Yeah, probably 45 minutes to an hour to get your coffee. And me and Big Ree and the crew were like, dude, we're not that interested to wait 45 minutes for some coffee. But we'll have to go back there at some point.
Right.
But that's another place in Fullerton.
The hype will die down after like 3 months.
For sure, and then we'll hit it up. I want to hit it up. Their stuff look good. I'll give that.
Yeah, it's fire.
And you said you've been to something similar in the Detroit area or Chicago? Did you go to Detroit, yeah. And so something similar, like a competitor. And so
I think they're the OG ones, the one I went to. I'm not gonna give them like promote anything.
Okay. So yeah, we'll have to hit that up. But that was a doozy.
Yeah.
We're not waiting an hour. But I was pumped about that place.
Yeah, me too.
They're supposed to be open
really
late.
wanted to go there.
Yeah, but he was disappointed. Then we ended up doing a detour and backup plan B. We went to what's it called?
Choco Fresh.
Choco Fresh, out in Anaheim, which that area is now considered Little Arabia.
Yeah, that is, which is great.
Which is great because here in Los Angeles, for whoever you guys don't know, we got multiple blocks of streets for like basically all the different ethnicities. So we got Little Arabia, we got Little India, Little Thailand, a Little Bangladesh,
Little Armenia.
Those are probably the ones. I'm trying to think, what else do we have that's a little kind of...
We kind of have Chinatown, if you want to count that.
Yeah, we definitely have a Chinatown. There's no Little Brazil. If there was, I'd probably go over there and check it out. Love the cheese bread.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what else is there?
I don't know what else there is, but we have little...
Yeah.
We're very diverse.
Very diverse in LA. That's what I love about that. You can get any cuisine here.
There's certain cities that just have a very...
Oh, the little Ethiopia.
Yeah.
There's a little strip over there. I've been there. So a lot of good food. But anyhow, so we went to this place in Little Arabia, and we got some coffee, tea, and then they had like these desserts.
Yeah.
I got the Lotus Biscoff crepe. Let me tell you, boys and girls, that thing was fire. Complete fire. And everyone knew what is Lotus. Some people don't even know what Lotus Biscoff is.
If you don't know what Lotus is, go Google it immediately.
It's kind of like everyone's like, oh, Nutella spread. Lotus, they have the cookies.
Yeah.
Which is the Lotus cookies that are great with tea or coffee. But then they got the spread. It's kind of like a Nutella spread. That thing is fire. Way better than Nutella.
For sure, 100%.
And that thing was, I got the crepe, dude. That thing was so good. Oh my gosh, Big Ree. And I finished the entire crepe.
Yeah.
And the crepe was literally like this big.
Yeah, it was
not a little tiny crepe. I offered you some, Big Ree.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut down the weight. I got an event to go to in a couple weeks.
So you got to be looking slim and trim.
Slim and trim. Sharp.
Looking good. I get it, Big Ree. I get it. Big Ree is always gets ready for those events. He's going to be, ready to go, suited and booted. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I had to go.
Javi's looked more stacked.
Oh, he got the waffle.
Oh, that's what it was.
He got the waffle, man. Javi got the waffle, and that was looking juicy too. Nothing like that Belgium waffle, man.
Yeah.
But Javi, he always goes big on the desserts.
Yeah.
So that was good, man. So that was a good outing. That was just the other night.
Sure.
Then we'll see. This weekend. I'm sure we might have some
special
guests coming to town from up north. From up north of our compadres out in British Columbia. And so if they're out, we're probably gonna keep busy this weekend.
We're definitely going out.
And then there's potentially the suite and the Game 3 suite, Lakers and Warriors.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a busy weekend again.
Sure.
And then we got that food festival going on Saturday too during the day. I kind of want to check that out. See
is
what
that
they're
doing. OC? Or
No, that's in the LA area. So I wouldn't mind checking that out. Maybe spending an hour or two over there, seeing what's good, get some barbecue. Nothing like some fresh barbecue.
Yeah.
You know me, Big Ree. I'm a steak guy.
Right.
Nothing like a barbecue steak. Like there's one thing about going to a steakhouse, which I love, but getting that steak, the thin steak, straight off the grill, just having a bottle in your hand, steak, like a Mexican Coke with some steak. Damn, can't wait.
Cannot wait, boys.
So supposedly at the food festival, there's going to be some good barbecue. So looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather is good.
Yeah.
Because like last week we had like 80 degrees weather, and then today it's back to 58.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on, Biggery?
Until Friday it's cold, but then
Saturday
I believe it's gonna not like warm up, but get a little bit.
What are we looking at?
I think like 70.
Okay. Well, that for a bar. I mean, if we're going to a food festival during the day,
Yeah.
we gotta have good weather, man. I don't want to be.
And we have special guests coming in.
Yeah,
too,
so we gotta have good
very
weather
important.
for the boys that are coming in. So it's gonna be a good weekend, and I cannot wait. Right now, we're doing our weekly videos, but I can't wait till when we get into real football season. When we have the BS segment is a crucial part of the video.
Yeah, we always have to review the BS segment too. It's not BS.
It's just it's great. It's just the BS segment, and you know how many people. And I don't know if I brought this up when I was in Vegas during March Madness, right? And I ran into different viewers and just chopping it up. Like I wasn't going into the viewers. I'm like, hey, what's up, Ed? How's it going? Nice to meet you. Thanks for being. I'm chopping it up.
Yeah,
With everybody. Like I love chopping it up, and I appreciate we appreciate all the viewers, all the DGF family, the community. Everyone's part of the community and the family here.
Yeah.
So if I see you, I'm spending some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm holding a baby in my hand, I'm still chopping it up. Okay. If I'm with somebody else, I'm still chopping it up. It doesn't matter. But what I was saying is, I would say, majority of the viewers said, I love the show, I love the picks, I love the content, but I love the BS talk. They made it specifically to tell us, like, we love that part of it. They're like, oh, I watch these other shows, there's no BS talk, boring personalities, what someone told me. Not only do you guys have the best picks on YouTube, the BS segment just puts you guys at another level.
Exactly, we build different.
Yeah. And many people have been DMing me, which is kind of weird recently, and is like, hey, can't wait for the new season on Instagram. Can't wait for the new season. Make sure to set up the tips. I want to make sure we tip you guys this year. That's what he's like, yeah. I couldn't have won as much money as I did last year without you guys. And so obviously this year we're going to be looking into setting up a membership and putting out a lot of videos. So we'll get into a little bit of that towards the end of this episode. But let's get right into a recap of the NFL draft, Big Reed. The number one, before we get into the draft, have to do it. Here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. And I have to point this out too, Big Reed. I think last year, one time I forgot to do this on one of the videos.
Right.
My intro. And somebody got pissed. They're like, Ace, dude, how did you not do that? It's my favorite part. And literally, like, I think maybe 2 or 3 people, but they're like, hey, that's my favorite part. How did you miss that?
Right.
So, got to make sure to, let's get the number 1 overall pick. We got the Carolina Panthers selecting Bryce Young out of Alabama. What's your thought here, Big Ree, of the pick?
Good pick. I think he'll be good there. A lot of different changes. Miles Sanders at running back. Got different receivers there now. A whole different change. Coaching change. A lot of changes there. And it's a weak division.
But what is your thought about just, let's focus on this pick, on the Bryce Young pick?
I think he'll be good. I mean, I don't know. As long as he stays healthy, he'll be good.
Okay, so you think it's all about him staying healthy?
Yeah, it's all about health.
I mean, I think he stays healthy. I really like this pick. I mean, they've been yoing between P.J. Walker, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, right? Just doozy of quarterbacks that have not panned out. And I'm a Baker fan.
Yeah.
But, these guys have not been able to get together. I'm glad that they made a coaching change. And Bryce Young, that guy's a stud. He's a stud. I mean, I think Mel Kiper, who said, if this guy was 4 inches taller, he might have had my best grade ever as a quarterback. Ever.
Yeah.
That's a strong statement from Mel Kiper. But look, stud. He did what he needed to do. I'm a little bit concerned about the weapons around him.
For sure, it's
right
going to
now.
take him time.
They wide receiver weapons, but I really like this pick. I'm glad they didn't, I'm glad that they went with Bryce Young, and this is a good start for the franchise. You get your franchise quarterback, he's going to be good. He's going to, and I like this pick. They did trade up a lot to get this pick. They gave I think a third and a first on top of their pick to move up. But if this guy's a stud and he's your starter for the next 10 years, then it's worth it. It is what it is. You sacrifice one you draft.
Exactly.
Let's get to number 2 pick. The Texans drafted C.J. Stroud, Ohio State quarterback as well. What's your thought, Big Reed? Because this guy was in the conversation for number 1 also. How do you like this pick for the Texans?
Yeah, it's a good pick. Obviously, they're not sold on Mills. That's pretty clear. Davis Mills.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely ecstatic and glad that the Texans did not go into the season with Davis Mills as your quarterback. At that point, honestly, the fans might start throwing things on the field if this guy's your QB again. This guy's a third string QB. He's had some flashes, but there's no way that you don't draft another QB here. Especially when you have 2 studs at the top of this draft. And when I say
Mills?
2 studs, I say 2 studs.
What if they start Davis Mills at the start of the season?
There's no way you start this guy. There's absolutely no way you start this guy. You want to bring in another veteran and start him? I'm okay with that. But you better not start Davis Mills. But sorry to interrupt. Go back to your pick. Your thoughts on it.
It's a good pick. I mean, obviously we'll get to the next pick too. They traded up for that, but yeah, I think he'll be good. Good situation, good coach.
Okay, so
I like it.
I want to ask you something, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on this before. I love the pick for the Texans. This guy's a stud. This guy is a stud out of Ohio State. He's done everything prototypical 6'3". He did well. Obviously, you can say he's a system quarterback at Ohio State, but I really like him. I think this is a great pick for the Texans. I'm glad they did not fumble this because there was other quarterbacks in the discussion, supposedly by sources that they might go in this. I'm glad they did not fumble this and they made the right pick. You have to have a good quarterback.
Who are the other quarterbacks?
We'll get into this. There was other quarterbacks in Richardson and Levis that was potentially in the discussion, but C.J. Stroud, I'm glad that I'm glad that they picked this guy. I think he has a chance to be really good. I don't think he's going to be bad, but I think he has an opportunity to be really good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be better than Bryce Young. He could be, but I'm glad they picked this guy, and I think he has a chance to be really good. Real quick, what's your thought? Is he going to be better than Bryce Young?
Yes.
You think he could be better than Bryce Young? Okay. It'd be fun to see. I mean, obviously they're going to be head-and-head compared for the next 5 years, but I like the pick, and I think they did the right pick. But this gets into the 3rd pick. They drafted Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. They traded the 12th pick, plus they traded was it the 12th pick? No, the 6th pick, and they gave a 1st-round pick and a 2nd-round pick next year. What are your thoughts, Big Reed?
Yeah, I think it's worth it for Will Anderson. I think he's going to be really good defensively, and obviously the new coach is a defensive-minded coach, so I think it's a smart move. This guy's very talented.
So you think this guy could be one of those Mekhi Parsons, one of those just defensive players that changes the whole defense?
Yeah, which is great.
Well, if that's the case, then it's definitely worth it. But they gave a lot just to move up here. Obviously, they love this guy. I think they gave a lot. And my thoughts here is, you got C.J. Stroud, you got Will Anderson Jr. I don't see you winning more than 6-7 games.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening. So you're back in the top 8, and you're going to give a top 8 pick? I don't like. It's not about the Will Anderson. I just don't like. I think they gave up too much here. I don't like the trade. I think I give this trade an F. An F. An absolute F.
F like Frank?
Yeah, F like Frank. I mean, Will Anderson, he's real hyped, and I think he can be a good player, but he was inconsistent last year at Alabama. He didn't have as good as the year he is the year before, so. But we'll see. Look, congrats. Texans drafted him, and hopefully it works out. Here's the big pick here. Number 4, we got Anthony Richardson, the quarterback out of, Florida, went to the Colts. This guy jumped up the draft boards completely. 54% completion rate at Florida. What are your thoughts here, Big Reed?
I don't know. I'm pretty iffy on this guy. There were reports saying they would take him number 1 if he was there.
I believe it,
Pretty
actually.
crazy. I don't know. I mean, Todd McShay was really big on this guy. Like, him and Mel Kiper were going at it on draft day. I watched the draft more than anyone. A lot of people know that. All 7 rounds. From
All 7 rounds?
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't even watch all 7 rounds. I'm going to admit that. Not fully. But anyhow, so what are your thoughts, though? Like,
I think he fits in well because you got Jonathan Taylor there. You got Michael Pittman.
Yep.
I think he's got the talent there to be successful. It's a good situation to be in, and it's not a good division either.
Yep.
You have the Texans who we just talked about. You have the Jaguars who are up and coming,
and then the Titans.
We're
gonna have a lot
we'll
to
have
say
a lot
about
to
the
say
Titans.
about the Titans.
Okay.
And but yeah, it's a good pick. I'm not too great. I'm not too heavy on him, but I think he'll pan out to be good.
You think he will?
Not good, not great.
Okay, not great. They're saying his athletic ability has been unseen at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
That's what the scouts are saying. 6'4", laser of a gun, can run fast, just jump. This guy's just a complete stud athletically. But 54% is horrible in college. Obviously, he's raw. He didn't start that many games. I mean, in general, my philosophy in life, Big Ray, you know this in a lot of stuff, is I'm all about the gamble. Okay? In the sense where you want to go big or you go home. No risk, no reward. No cojones. If you don't have the cojones or the grapefruits or that just willing to put it on the line, the confidence in yourself, you're not. Unfortunately, then it's hard to have big wins. So I get that. I like the just taking a chance when you believe in something and you just go with it. So I'm all about that. I'm rooting for the kid. I hope he pans out, but he jumped up drastically. But
Onions.
But we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I'm rooting for him. But these guys have been going back and forth. They had Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers,
Matty Ice.
Matt Ryan, just a bunch of these players that are past their prime and it didn't work out, and you got to start somewhere. So you got the pick. I'm okay with it. If you really believe this guy's that good, then that's fine. You did your scouting.
Yeah.
But I hope this was not like 80% of the management team was against it, and one or a couple guys just really loved him and they did it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Good luck to Anthony Richardson. It's gonna be fun to see him play. We're gonna quickly kind of go through some of these other picks. Seattle, Devin Witherspoon, Illinois.
Good pick, great pick.
Good pick.
Obviously, Pete loves defense. Best cornerback in the draft.
Pair him with Tariq Wooden last year.
Yeah.
Played well for them. The steal. So they're Seattle. They're slowly building that defense back up.
Right.
Then we got Cardinals drafted Paris Johnson Jr., Ohio State.
Good pick. Give Kyler Murray some protection.
He needs the protection for sure. That guy's a stud. I mean, you got a guy coming off a torn ACL. Got to protect him. Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech, the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's a good pick. I would have taken Carter, but they said they didn't want to because of the whole legal situation because they've already dealt with it.
That makes sense with the whole Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
And some other guys, so I get it. But look, Wilson, I'm not sure about him. I'm rooting, I like the Raiders, but who knows? But I guess what team don't I like? I like a lot of football teams, so. But we'll see. Bijan Robinson, number 8th overall pick to the Texans. I know a lot of people were like, hey, you don't draft a running back top 10.
Falcons.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, the Falcons, 8th overall. What are your thoughts there?
That's a good fit. I don't know how he's gonna do. He'll do great. He'll be like Saquon kind of. I'll say that. Maybe better. It could be better. This guy's gonna be really good. Okay. He's gonna be really good.
I agree with you, Big Ray. I think this guy is going to be really good. I think this guy's Rookie of the Year guaranteed. So right away, get your prop bet in right now. Rookie of the Year, Bijan Robinson. This guy's running for 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
Listen, did you hear that? 1,500 yards this guy's running for.
Running
Bijan.
a total yards.
No, running for 1,500 yards, rushing.
I'm sure you can take the over. It's probably like 800.
You take this all day long, whatever the over is. That's a prop bet. Lock that in right now. Ace is giving you guys an off-season lock of the off-season here. Rookie of the year. This guy's gonna be a stud. This guy is really good. Atlanta ran the ball a lot last year. I like this fit. Take some pressure off Desmond Ridder. They got Kyle Pitts at the tight end. They got Drake London. The offense is gonna look good. They even got Algier. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. Yeah. So it's not like this guy is the only back there. I like this pick.
Yeah.
I like this pick. This guy's gonna be really good. This is a good pick. Then we got the pick we just discussed, number 9. Eagles traded up to take Jalen Carter out of Georgia. What's your thought here? Defensive tackle, Big Rig.
Love it. Steal for the Eagles. I was hoping he would fall to 13 to Green Bay, but obviously didn't. And love it. They drafted all the Georgia players.
5 Georgia pairs over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and then they traded for DeAndre Swift, who's Georgia as well. So, I love this pick. Their defense is stacked.
Dude, this is a Super Bowl team that added they added, just real quickly, they added 3 first-round picks?
I believe so.
3 first-round picks, or they traded back on one of them. So they had two first-round picks. They made some trades. But this guy, obviously, if without the legal issues, this guy could have been top 5 pick.
Easy, 100%.
And so they fall to number 9 here. This guy, they add him with Jordan Davis from last year from Georgia. And they're already went to the Super Bowl in the same division. This is a good pick. Look, I like the pick there for the Eagles. We'll see what he can do, but I like the pick.
Yeah.
Darnell Wright from Tennessee, offensive tackle. Tennessee had a lot of players drafted this year.
Yeah.
They had a couple receivers, Hendon Hooker to the Lions. So, Tennessee slowly building. They're not going to compete yet. And we'll get into that even more so when we get into some more of the Tennessee picks. But they're not competing, but I like, offensive
He's
tackle.
out of Tennessee, not
What?
He's out of Tennessee.
Oh, okay, got it. I got confused. Yeah, he's out of Tennessee. Okay, but I guess I'm too excited to the next pick or the Tennessee pick, the next pick. But look, he went to Chicago, and they got to protect Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And so, you want Justin Fields a stud. You keep giving him protection and giving him some receivers. They're going to be a fun team to watch. Number 11, Pete Skornowski, Northwestern offensive tackle. Like I said, I think it's always good when you have young QBs to have stack that offensive line.
The young QBs, you gotta protect them.
And they drafted a young QB, and then they have a young QB in Malik Willis.
What you talking about, Willis?
Good offensive tackle, but I'm not going to talk too much about offensive tackles.
Okay.
We're going to go into. There's a good pick. Let's talk about this. Number 12, the Lions traded up to draft Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama, 12th overall. Big Ree, what are your thoughts?
I don't know about this one. I'm kind of scratching my head. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. They always fail in Detroit, it seems like. DeAndre Swift. I mean, Jamal Williams has been the only successful
He's
one.
been a stud last year. 18 touchdowns or something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, they always strike out on their running backs. Even though Swift was playing good, he was injured prone, but he played well.
For sure.
He played well. They ended up trading him. They must really love Gibbs.
Yeah, for sure.
They traded away Swift. I mean, even Gibbs said he was surprised that he got drafted this high. They must love this kid.
Yeah.
I mean, they must think he's really good. And like I said, I'm all for when you really believe in something, you go for it. So, but I'm rooting for the Lions, and so I hope he pans out.
Yeah.
Gibbs, these Alabama running backs usually do pan out. Then let's get into 13th overall pick, Lucas Van Ness, Iowa, to the Green Bay Packers. Big Ree, your squad. How do you feel about this pick?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know much about him, but I trust the front office. The front office knows what they're doing.
Yep.
So I think he's going to be good, hopefully. And they need that. They need that help on defense. So.
They need that D.
Yeah.
So, look, Lucas Van Ness, Iowa. I think Green Bay Packers. Let's be realistic. How many wins this year, Big Ree? Now that
7.
Aaron Rodgers is gone. We'll talk about that maybe at the end if we have time. 6 to 7. Okay, so you're being realistic.
Yeah, you gotta be realistic.
Okay, I think 7 on the high end. But there's a chance. There's a chance Jordan Love is actually really good.
Even if he is, it won't be good because They still need. He's gonna take time, and there's all young guys there, even the offense. Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, and obviously they drafted a wide receiver. So
Yeah.
that's gonna take time. I think they're even hesitant on picking up his 5th-year option. So
Who's Jordan Love?
Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta see what he's gonna do, man. That 50-year option is probably 20 mil.
Yeah,
right?
it's 20 million.
So you gotta.
I would pick it up.
You gotta see what. I mean, they'll know. Oh, I mean, do they have to make a decision
They
this
have
year?
to make
or
a
what?
decision by tomorrow.
Oh wow. I think you're gonna pick it up. You gotta pick it up at this point.
You're all in.
Yeah, you gotta pick it up at this point. Lucas Van Ness, did you see the draft? Did you see the
Yeah,
green
I
room?
did watch
Did
it.
you see him in the green room?
Yeah.
So you did?
I don't think what was it?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't in the green room, but they showed him when he was getting drafted.
Yeah, at home.
He had 3 female companions around him. First of all, 3, not 1, not 2. He had 3, and then there's a video of the father, the alleged father of Lucas Van Ness, and without saying too much, he was slapping around some areas on video. Double slap, not just a double slap.
Double.
And it looked like a younger female. I'll put it like that. It was an interesting video. Go look it up, Big Rig.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see
So
it.
Lucas Van Ness, what a stud. Okay, number 14, Broderick Jones, Georgia.
Obviously,
offensive tackle. Gotta protect Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny
So
Pickett.
I get these young quarterbacks need some protection. Will McDonald to the Jets, 15th overall, Iowa State. I like that guy.
I like this pick.
I like that pick because the Jets, obviously, they have a lot of offensive pieces. Their defense was good last year. Keep giving them talent.
Yeah.
Keep adding to that defense because at least that will keep you in the games.
Right.
Give your boy A-Rod an opportunity there. I like that pick a lot. Cornerback Emmanuel Forbes, 16 overall to Washington.
I don't like this pick.
I don't know what to say, but I didn't watch too much of this guy.
I think they should have taken JSN there.
Who the hell is JSN?
Jackson Smith.
Oh, the receiver. Yeah, they need some receivers.
Yeah.
They need some receivers. I mean, McLaren they got there, right? And they need some receivers, but I don't know too much about Forbes. Christian Gonzalez, 17th to Patriots. This guy was like the 8th overall best player available. What they're saying, this seems like a steal for the New England.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone expected him to go to the Raiders.
Right.
I like that pick. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, New England, they're just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of New England.
Right.
So, 18th overall, Jack Campbell, Iowa, inside linebacker. Don't know too much about him, but they're saying he's a big time reach for the Lions. So it looked like Lions reached on both of their picks.
Yeah, they did for
12th
sure.
and 18th. So I don't know what they're doing. Kalaja Kancey, Tampa Bay defensive tackle.
Right.
I like his video. Not sure how he's gonna pan out, but Tampa Bay's irrelevant at this
Yeah.
point. Brady's gone.
Seattle, JSN.
Let's go to Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm surprised
I was
Seattle
very
drafted him
shocked.
that he went all the way to 20th.
Yeah, that too.
The year before that, what unreal performance he had in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Then he barely played last year. That's why he dropped. Other than that, I thought this guy was going to be a top 12, 13th pick.
I thought Green Bay might take him, but they never take a receiver first round.
You already knew that, but this started a run of wide receivers,
Yeah.
4 straight wide receivers. So that was good. Seattle, look, they got Metcalf, Lockett. Now you add Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
And if Geno can, duplicate what he did last
Is there
year,
any chance they win the division?
I think there is a solid chance. I mean, the
Okay.
Rams suck, right?
Yeah.
The Niners, you already know how I feel. They're gonna win games, but they're not winning anything unless Trey Lance is a starter.
I was
If
gonna
Trey Lance is-
link that. There was a report. I'm just a report. Sam Darnold may start week 1.
You start him over Purdy all day long.
They're
All day long.
No, they're gonna start him over Lance, not Purdy.
I think it's okay if he's not fully healthy, but I think you got to try.
Once Purdy's healthy, he's the number 1, 100%.
well, then you're not winning the championship. You want to do that, fine. It's kind of like there's no chance. You guys want. We're here to win championships. We're not here to win games.
You play to win the game.
You're here to win chips. Yeah, San Francisco is a high class organization.
Yeah,
they got a reputation. They're not trying to just win games or win a division. They're trying to win championships. Throw Trey Lance in there. I want to see Trey Lance starting.
Okay. Well, I'm
rooting for him. But I take Darnold over Purdy all day long.
Okay.
All day. Meaning Purdy's had a better career and showed more, but you want to win a championship, Darnold, maybe San Francisco's the place.
Yeah, maybe.
He's not going to do worse than Purdy. I'll tell you that much. Like, he has more upside there with that defense. So, anyhow, let's get into 21st pick, Quentin Johnson. Technically the 21st pick, but the actual 22 pick because Miami lost their number 1 pick this year. Quentin Johnston, TCU wide receiver. Well, I mean, I think you add another receiver to Williams and Keenan Allen, but this is a big receiver.
Yeah.
This guy's 6'3". I would have liked them to take Addison here.
Yeah, me too. Addison wanted to go there.
But
I mean, they needed a receiver because one of those guys are always hurt.
Well, what's the deal? That's true. One of those guys always hurt. What's the deal with the Chargers drafting 2 TCU receivers and the TCU quarterback Duggan?
I don't know.
Is there like some TCU connection there?
Maybe.
But I think he's a good receiver, but
he has a good quarterback throwing them.
Yeah, so that's good. They're just stacking the offense, and this is kind of like the NBA now. NFL's turning into NBA. It's about how much can you score.
Yeah.
So these offenses are rather like stacking their offenses instead of staying balanced. Number 23 pick, Zay Flowers, Boston College receiver to the Baltimore Ravens.
I love this pick.
I agree with you big time, Big Ray. Now you got Zay Flowers, who's a stud, who I thought he was going to be the number 1 receiver off the board. You signed Odell Beckham Jr. You gave Lamar Jackson the extension, 185 guaranteed. You drafted Rashad Bateman last year. This guy's got some weapons. They're giving him weapons. They got the Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Which is great.
Dude, these guys are a sexy pick.
Yeah.
This is a future pick. Baltimore.
To win it all?
A future pick there.
Or AFC?
Win it all.
Okay.
This is a.
They're probably like 50-1 right now.
There's no way they're 50-1. You run to the bank if they're 50-1. Run to the bank. Empty your.
We can ask our
empty your 401k. Break your kid's piggy bank. Take his cash out. Run to the sports book on the future here. Run to the sports book if they're 50-1 here. There's no way they're 50-1. I don't even think they're under 20-1.
They gotta be 30.
There's no way. I don't see that.
Minimum.
24th overall pick. Our cameraman is looking right now to give us the odds on Baltimore future. Let's go 24th pick. Jordan Addison out of USC, wide receiver. Love this pick, Big Ray. What do you think, Ed?
Yeah, for sure, because Thielen's gone. So now he's going to be the wing of Justin Jefferson. So he'll get a lot of targets. Every team is focused on Justin Jefferson.
But once again, you're not winning anything with Kirk Cousins as your QB. Just getting word, 18-1. Wow. I told you, there's no way they're 50-1. If there's a book right now that's 50-1, you guys find it. I'll walk off set right now, buy a ticket, or drive straight to LV if I have to. 50-1. Give me that right now. Right now, I'm walking off set, Big Ray. So we can look at it right now. Okay. If you guys find a book right now. So Addison, but you're not winning with Kirk Cousins, so it's pointless. Deontay Banks, Maryland, cornerback, nothing to write about. Number 26 pick, Buffalo. This is a big pick. We got Dalton Kincaid, tight end out of Utah. What do you think here, Big Ray?
Great pick. Good, fabulous pick. I was hoping you would fall into the second round to the Packers again, but didn't. And that's a really good pick. It's a steal for him to go there.
I agree. I think this is huge for Josh Allen. You add him to Dawson Knox. And you got Davis, you got
Stephon
Diggs. You got, so look, these guys are continuing to add weapons.
Yeah, for double.
And I think this is a good pick for Buffalo. Number 27th, I love this pick for the Cowboys. We got Mozzie Smith, Michigan, out of DT out of Michigan. Well, I mean, first of all, what a legit name, Mozzie Smith. That's
Mozzie.
that's just a sick name, Mozzie Smith. That defense looked good last year. You keep building on that D.
Yeah.
Keep building that
Keep
D.
building on that D.
You know, and so I like that. I like that pick. You like it here?
Yeah, it's a great pick.
Okay, so you like it. That's a good pick. 28th overall pick, Anton Harrison, Oklahoma offensive tackle. I like them getting an offensive tackle
Yeah.
for the Jags to
Trevor
protect
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Cam Robinson suspended.
Yeah.
I don't know how many games he's facing suspension. So I think you need to fortify that offensive tackle. These guys had 13 picks in this draft, the Jaguars, Big Ree.
Yeah.
They're going big. They think that they can compete this year and contend. They literally think they can contend this year, and they might. But I think that's a good pick for the Jags. Miles Murphy for the Cincinnati Bengals out of Clemson.
That's a
defensive
good
end.
pick. Drew agrees.
He had some good tape there. You know, I think they're continuing to add talent. You know, you just add as much talent, add the best available talent.
Right.
Brian Bryce, Clemson, defensive
That's a
tackle,
good
back-to-back Clemson players for the New Orleans Saints. Nolan Smith, Georgia to Philadelphia. They're
Really,
just
really.
stacking the defense of these Georgia guys. Felix Anaduke Azuma, Kansas State, defensive end, Kansas City. They lost Clark over the offseason. They let him go. So now let's get into some more notable picks in the next two rounds. 32 pick, Joey Porter Jr., Penn State to Pittsburgh. What do you
That's
think,
a steal
baby?
in the second round. There were a lot of teams asking to trade up, and these guys didn't. That's a steal. They knew about Joey Porter. They're all about their cornerbacks, about their defense. Pitt's gonna bring the heat.
This is a steal. I agree. This guy was, projecting some mocks to go top 15. It's the son of Joey Porter, who played for Pittsburgh, the famous linebacker. I like his game. I think, this guy's going to be good. It's a good pick to keep it within the family, and good pick for Steelers. They could be a wild card team. I don't know if Pickett can make that much of a leap this year, but I like the pick. Let's get into this pick. This is one of the picks that I really want to discuss here. We got number 33 overall pick, Will Levis, Kentucky quarterback.
With the 33rd pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Will Levis, quarterback, Kentucky.
What do you think here, Big Reese? So what's your thoughts on this pick? Because I've been waiting for this pick.
I was kind of telling you that the Titans are going to trade up.
You said that. Like,
Yeah.
after day one, you were like, I think they're going to trade up and take this guy.
They were saying the Rams were going to take him. That's why these guys traded up.
Thank God that didn't happen, but continue.
Oh. Okay, but yeah, and then these guys traded up and drafted your boy out of Kentucky. I think he'll be a good fit there after Tannehill leaves because Willis is just crap. He's just a project. So he'll take over. He'll have some solid weapons there, and I think he'll be a good quarterback.
Do you think he'll be a good quarterback?
Yeah,
You like him?
yeah,
as a quarterback.
I love Will Levis.
I mean, okay, for the value in the second round, 33 overall, the guy that's been sitting in the green room the whole night, right? But you know what? He deserves to sit in the green room, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I've been saying this all year that this guy's a bust. I told you that this guy's a damn bust. He did nothing. He was overrated at Kentucky. Overrated. There's no way this guy should have been even in the discussion as the number 1, 2, 3, or 4th quarterback.
Well,
He should not have been in the first. Listen, let me. He should not have been in the discussion. It was a joke. This guy could not perform. He got abused over there in Kentucky. They want to talk about this guy's arm. This guy reminds me of a Josh Rosen. You remember what happened to Josh Rosen? That guy flamed out of the league. This guy is going to be a bigger bust than Josh Rosen, first of all. And that's a bold statement. He had no business here at all being drafted in the first round. So first of all, I'm glad that all the 32 teams got it right. They knew that this guy was a bust.
Which is great.
Every team knew this guy was a bust, and nobody bit on this. Okay.
Which is great.
Tennessee. Who ended up drafting him? Tennessee. What kind of bonehead move did they make last year?
What'd they do?
Nobody. Willis was projected to go late first round last year.
You're talking about Willis?
He dropped all the way to the third round, and all those teams passed on him. Not once, twice, 3 times. And that guy looked like This Malik Willis looked like he couldn't even perform if he was on a D1, a real D1 team. Like he wouldn't have been performing on a D1. He played at Liberty.
What's she talking about, Willis?
But he looked really outmatched last year. Like it was a complete joke. The guy was throwing for 50 or 60 yards per game. It's a joke. And then they draft Will Levis. They didn't learn it. They didn't even learn their lesson. This guy's a bust. You see him sitting in the green room. He looked like he was genuinely pissed that he wasn't getting drafted. There's some players that sit in the green room and they're disappointed. And they're like, man, like they know this guy looked like he was pissed. Bro, you shouldn't have even been drafted. You shouldn't have been invited to the green room. Your girlfriend sitting there, who I don't even know if it's his girlfriend, like she looked like she was upset. Like how dare these NFL teams not draft this guy?
But I'm pretty sure his agent tells him like, hey, yeah, you're gonna go.
I'm gonna get into this, Big Ree. No. This guy was walking around moxie like he was walking around like he was supposed to Bryce Young. This guy was no Bryce Young, no CJ Stroud. There's a reason why Colts drafted Anthony Richardson, who's 54% completion over this guy. And you know why I said this guy deserves this? Because there was a Reddit post that came out, an anonymous Reddit post that came out that said, oh, this guy, they heard that Will Levis got a promise from the Texans that he's going to go number 2 overall. That they promised him he's going to go number 2. Or first. It was first that he's already got promised to go number 1 overall.
All the Reddit stuff is BS.
No. I'm calling that he planted that. Him and his team planted that. In order to try to do a chess move and hope that the Texans or the Colts trade up or someone trades up and gets this guy. So they planted this and it backfired on them. It backfired. The guy dropped to the second round. They deserve this. The Levis camp deserves this. They tried to make a chess move. You don't make a chess move against NFL teams. And this is what happens. You jumped and you dropped to the 33rd overall pick. So he deserves this. Absolutely. I 100% believe that this was instigated by that team.
You could be right, but I already ordered my Levis jersey.
There's no way that you order a Levis jersey. There's no way, Big Ree. I know you're trolling here, but unbelievable. This guy is gonna be a bust. This is a bust. This is a bust in the making. In the making. Yeah, I mean we're winding down, Big Ree. Let's quickly get into some notable picks. Michael Mayer, Notre Dame.
That was a steal. I was hoping you would follow the Packers after.
I like that pick for the Raiders. Notable picks: Jonathan Mingo, Ole Miss, wide receiver. I like that for Bryce Young. Luke Musgrave. They did draft a tight end. Your team, Oregon State. I think he could pan out, Big Ree.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people like him. I didn't watch too much video at Oregon State. Let's see what else. Jaden Reed. They drafted wide receiver, Michigan State. A lot of people are high on this guy.
Yeah.
Your Packers are making some moves. Seattle drafted another second-round running back, Zach Charbonnet, UCLA running back. He played well. He played well at UCLA. Yeah. Now they got Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. Not bad. Chiefs drafted another receiver, Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
These guys are drafting receivers and just stacking the offensive line. Marvin Mims, Denver, got some help for Russell Wilson.
Dangerous, not Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, quickly the 3rd round. Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
3rd round.
Worth it. Roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice if you think. But I just read this guy's only 3 years younger than Jared Goff, and Jared Goff
he's older than Jalen Hurts.
And Jared Goff has been in the league for 7 years.
How do you feel about that?
And coming off multiple injuries.
He's worth the risk.
I don't know. You know me. I like these young quarterbacks, but I'm not a big. And you said he's older than Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, that's a fact. Z-Ball from the Z-Ball podcast.
That's crazy. I don't like that pick as a 3rd round pick. I don't like it. I'm not buying this pick. Jalen Hyatt, you're big on him. He went to the Giants. I remember you liked him out of Tennessee. Back-to-back Tennessee receivers. Went 73-74 Cedric Tillman to the Browns. Right. They didn't have much draft capital after the Deshaun Watson trade, but, what about the 76th overall pick, Marte Mapu, Sacramento State, New England drafted inside linebacker. That guy's got to be good. You come from Sacramento
Yeah,
State and you're
exactly.
getting drafted. So I'm going to root for him. Josh Downs.
I think the Packers took another tight end.
Let's see what happens. Let's go through it real quickly. 84th overall, Miami drafts Devin A-Chain. I like that pick. That guy's a stud out of Texas A&M. I like that pick. Tank Bigsby to Jacksonville. Give some backup to Travis Etienne. So this guy's good. Offensive tackle for the Chiefs at 92, Wanya Morris, Oklahoma. Jake Moody, the kicker. Let's talk about that pick.
Zebo was very pumped about
the 49ers draft a kicker in the third round. Jake Moody.
Frankie texted
So
Zebo
so
a freaking kicker. That's what he texted him. Frankie.
Oh, so he wasn't happy about it.
Frankie was not that happy.
Okay, but what was Zebo? Was he happy about the pick?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
We'll have to follow up with that. But that for a kicker to go in the third round, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, that was then they had the Niners 101st pick, Cameron Latou, Alabama, tight end guy. Another weapon for whoever ends up being the quarterback there. I think they had 3 or 4 third round picks.
Yeah.
The Niners, they had 3 or 4 if I remember. I'm missing. Okay, yeah, Jair Brown, Penn State safety, 87th overall Niners. So got some good talent in the third round. You got the Rams at 13 picks also in this draft, so they're rebuilding. But look, it's always good draft recap. It's gonna be a juicy season, boys and girls. We kind of went over time, so we're not gonna get into some other stuff. Real quick, Big Ree. Real quick, I just want to ask you one question. Rodgers to the Jets. How many wins for the Jets, and where do they go? Are they going to make the Super Bowl?
They're not making the Super Bowl.
They're not making the Super Bowl.
You can throw that out.
Okay.
How many wins? I'd say between 9 or 10.
9 or 10?
Yeah, they should.
Wow.
They're in a hard division though, so it's kind of hard.
They are.
That's probably the over/under. I believe the over/under is 9.5.
I'm going to say 12 wins, and for first time ever, boys and girls, we're going to throw out an over and under video this year. NFL over and unders this year. First year ever. As I said, this year is going to be absolute fire. The boys and girls are going to make the most cash they've ever made it all year. It's going to be unbelievable, so stay tuned. We're going to start throwing out some teaser videos to get you guys pumped for the new year. And other than that, look, like I said, this video went longer than expected, so we're signing off.
All right,
boys and girls.